Hey everyone, how are you? What's up? I am Rachel, the proud creator and founder of Siopa Seize Your Passion. And I am here from our Facebook group, Seize Your Passion, every Friday, usually at 4 p.m. I've decided to change the time to 4:30 starting today from now on, 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Sharing with you guys my thoughts for the week, my lessons of the week, my growth for the week, some insights, and hopefully a lot of inspiration to get you guys thinking about what it means to seize your passion, what it means to go out there and realize all of your dreams, become your best self, with a focus on doing more of what you love and being more of who you love. That is my mission, that is my message, that is what I believe in, that is what Siopa and Seize Your Passion is all about. And I too am on that same journey of trying to go out there and seize my passion and become my best self and realize all of my dreams. And it is a journey, it's not a destination. And I know that's a cliche, but there's a lot of cliches in truisms and insights, and they're cliches for a reason because they are very, very true. So today, what I want to talk about is, decisions, the real decisions in life, and what that really means. The most important decisions in life, the decisions in life that really, really matter. They're not strategic decisions. They're not logical decisions. They're not business decisions. They are essentially decisions of what does your heart say. And making the decision to go out there and seize your passion is one of those decisions. It's what does your heart say? And sometimes, we're not sure what our heart says, right? And we've all heard that you should follow your passion and discover your passion and engage in your passions. And as I like to call it, seize your passion, go out there and do it, go out there and make it happen, right? But what does that really mean? And what if you're not sure what your passion is, or what if your passions change and evolve, which they inevitably do? Or what if, it just, you can't see a way for it to fit into your life as it is today. It's not realistic. It's not practical. You don't think you're good enough. And of course, the number one biggest stopper of going out there and realizing all your dreams and becoming your best self and truly seizing your passion is, of course, fear. Fear of failing, fear of not being good enough, fear of being rejected, fear of not being accepted by others, fear of not playing the role that others expect of you and that you've come to expect of yourself, of who you think you should be or who others think you should be. But I've cracked the code, and I haven't really. These are, again, age-old truths, and they become cliches for that very reason. And so I'm not the first one to discover this or say this, but sometimes we need to hear things in a new way or from a different person at a different time. And sometimes we just need to remind ourselves of those truisms to keep us going and to overcome those fears and to know how to make the right decision when it comes to the big ones and the ones that really matter in life, which are always decisions of what does your heart say. They're not practical, they're not logical, they're not strategic, they're not business decisions. At the end of the day, the decisions that really will matter in your life, and think about it, think about your life thus far. What are the things that really matter? Really, really matter. Those decisions come down to what does your heart say. So what if you're not sure what your heart says? Or what if your brain is getting in the way of listening to your heart and you can't hear it? Or what if, again, you're just so, the fear of moving forward and actually listening to your heart because you do know truly what it's saying is too hard to overcome, that you feel that you can't take that step and start going out there and manifesting your dreams and becoming your best self and realizing your dreams and engaging in your passion and creating your passion and living out of your passion and seizing your passion. So I think the best tool to measure and weigh in on those decisions, the ones that matter, the ones that are about what does your heart say, is the simple idea of, will I regret this? But it's not that simple. It is simple, but it's deep, and it's also not necessarily easy. Okay, so when it comes to the decisions that really matter, the decisions that are about what does your heart say, think to yourself, in 50 years or 60 years or 100 years, however old you are, however long you'll live, when I'm 80 years old, or when I'm 90 years old, or when I'm 120 years old, or even maybe in a year or in 10 years, maybe it doesn't have to be that far off a projection. Will I look back on this and will I regret not doing it? Because the biggest regrets in life are not things we did do. They're the acts of omission. They're things we didn't do. They're things we did not do. They're things we didn't even try. They're things that we didn't put ourselves out there and listen to our hearts and at least give it a try. So, here's a statistic that's going to blow you away. It blew me away. Okay. There is a 100% guarantee that if you listen to your heart and if you pay attention to the decisions that are what does your heart tell you, and you do follow that and do that and at least go out there and try, there's a 100% guarantee that you will not regret that decision. But there is also a 0% guarantee, 0% chance that you will not regret never having even tried. Did I mess that up? I might have messed that up. Okay, if you go out and you try, even if you fail, there's a 100% guarantee that you will not regret it. But if you don't even try, if you don't even do it, then there is a 0% chance that you will not regret it. In other words, you will always regret the things you didn't do, even if you try and you fail. And when I say try, it's not just try for a day or try for a moment or try for a year or try for, half-ass inconsistently. It's try, put your all in, really go out there and listen to your heart and give it your all and do your best. Not just, oh, I said I tried and I failed, but you didn't really try. Because when you look back, when you are 80 or 90 or 120 years old, and you think about it, you will regret not having truly tried, and you will know the difference. Because those are the decisions that, again, relate to what does your heart really tell you. And that is the number one best tool to measure and make those decisions, to weigh in on those decisions. Should I do this or should I not? Should I follow this or should I not? Should I even try? Even knowing that I will try and fail, you will not regret it. Because ultimately, those kinds of failures are not true failures, because you did try. And so there's no way you can fail. And even if it doesn't end up looking the way you thought it would or the way you want it to, you will have learned from it, you will have grown from it, and you will have listened to your heart on those decisions that are only about what does your heart say. And there's never regret in that. It's proven. There was a study done, I've mentioned this before, about the number one regret of the dying. The number one regret across the globe. And the number one regret of the dying was those acts of omission. Those things they didn't do. Those things they didn't even try. The things they thought about. The dreams they didn't realize. The life they didn't create but dreamed about having. The passions they didn't pursue. The becoming their best self, the person they were born to be and meant to be, that they didn't do, the acts of omission. That is the number one regret of the dying. So think about that when you are facing one of those big life decisions that are not strategic, they're not logical, and they're not business decisions. They are simply decisions of what does your heart say. Use that as your measuring stick, as your tool to weigh in on whether or not you should act or not. Because again, the biggest regrets in life, and certainly when it comes to the biggest decisions in life, which are about what does your heart say, are the regrets of acts of omission, of not doing, of not even trying. Even knowing, okay, if I look back however many years from now and I say, okay, am I going to regret trying and failing? 0% chance that you'll regret that. But if you look back at the same thing and say, am I going to regret not even trying? 100% chance you will regret it. That is a great, great measuring tool and way to make those life-creating decisions, the ones that really matter in life, the ones that are about not what your head says, not what logic says, not what practicality says, not what the role you think you should play says, but what does your heart say? And again, it's really simple, and it sounds really cliche, and it sounds really fluffy even, but it's not. It's the deepest, truest way to understand yourself and to not live a life of regret. So that's what I was thinking about this week. Decisions, you know, and think about that the next time you're faced with a really big decision. And remember, it's not just about saying you tried. It's about truly trying, giving it your all, everything in you. That's what seizing your passion is about. All right, guys, have a great weekend. Do more of what you love and be more of who you love. And I will see you next week. Ciao.